today, we're just going to use a ball here. It can be any sort of ball. We're going to work on trigger points of our foot. Alright, so we're putting the ball underneath one foot here. We're simply going to put a little bit of pressure into that foot by leaning forward and then finding some tender spots. Alright, so we're going to go for 30 seconds on each foot. Alright, go ahead. So if you do find a tender spot, say for example you're rolling around and you find a tender spot, go ahead and keep the ball on that spot. You're just going to give a little bit of a push down. Alright, keep rolling around again. If you find another one, do the same thing. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll go ahead and pass the ball to the opposite foot. We're going to do the same thing. So we'll go for 30 seconds. This is great if you do live with plantar fasciitis. I recommend doing this every day. And it is said that doing it with a cold ball is actually a little bit more helpful, beneficial. People see a little bit more effect. So if you do have plantar fasciitis, I do recommend doing this every day. Again, if you find a tender spot, we're going to go ahead and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next one is just going to be a simple hamstring flick. So hamstring muscle on the back side of the upper leg. So what we're going to try and do today is we're going to try and bring our heel towards our butt. We're just going to go through alternate sides. Now, so what I don't want you to do is allow your knee to drift forward as you kick up. So try and keep that leg back as we alternate kicking the heel towards the butt. Alright, so keep the knee back. We'll do one set of 15, and that's 15 on both sides. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 5 more each leg. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Now, if you started to feel that, again, pressure into this part of your leg, you did it wrong. Alright? So go back, make sure when you kick your leg back, you keep the knee back. You should feel that muscle concentrated and that squeeze concentrated right here. Require a stick here. We're not going to do anything with really the upper body. We are still focusing on the lower half. But what we want to focus on is an upright posture position. So in the past we've done goblet squats, right? So our goblet squat is held right in here, but sometimes we might squat down like this. Alright? My hip crease is low, but I'm rounded at the back. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a stick, we're going to pull it across our back, and then we're going to actively pull this bar down so that we stay nice and upright as we squat. Alright? We'll go ahead and complete 2 sets of 12 reps here. Feet shoulder width, toes slightly pointed out, hips back, butt down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. remember, drive those knees out as we go down and as we stand. They should not cave in at any point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 to go, 12. Strength. So we are going to do this in the more challenging way here on video. If you want to make it a little bit easier on yourself, go ahead and tuck your legs in a little bit closer. You'll see what I mean once I get set up here. But as we're going to do is we're going to do a 15-second hold of our side bridge. Alright? So we're going to set ourselves up. We're going to try and get a nice straight line. Your feet are going to be stacked on top of each other. Legs are straight. From here, I've got my elbow down. I'm going to bring my opposite hand to my hip, and I'm simply going to lift and hold. All right? We're going to hold for 15 seconds today. 3, 2, 1, up and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll go ahead and switch to the opposite side. And 3, 2, 1, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Okay, our next one, we're going to go onto our back. And so what we're going to do is we're going to stretch our lower back here, all right, our lumbar spine. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up taking my left leg over my right, coming down and reaching my left hand open. All right? So go ahead and lie back. You're going to take your left leg over your right, rotate the hips a bit, and your right or your left arm should stay planted into the ground. All right? You can try and bring your leg up closer towards your chest, but your hips should stay down as well as your left shoulder. We're going to hold for 30 seconds. More seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and roll back onto your back. We're going to switch sides. So right leg over the left, right hand and shoulder stay down and hold. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. windshield wiper. Again, just like our side bridge, if the movement is too challenging with straight legs, go ahead and bend your knees a little bit. It'll make it a little bit easier. All right, so we're going to go onto our back. We're going to put our hands underneath our butt. We're going to take our legs straight up, and we're going to work side to side as far as we can. Now, this movement is challenging. So if you don't go too far, that is okay. You can progress throughout the weeks. All right? If you feel any pain in your back, you are going too far. Left, right, 1. Left, right, 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. The next one's going to require the use of dumbbells, and is what we're going to do is we're actually going to start with our arms high. We're going to get into internal and eventually external rotation. So, what I want you to do is I want you to start with dumbbells right here. I want you to bring your arms out to the side and then bring your elbows so that they're parallel with your shoulder. From here, we're going to rotate our shoulders, bring those hands straight forward without allowing our elbows to drop. All right, so it doesn't look like this, okay? So, hands are up high. I'm going to rotate the hands, keep the elbows in the same spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Last but certainly not least, we're going to get into what's called a push press. So our feet are going to be underneath our hips. We're going to bring our dumbbells or our cans up to our shoulder. We're going to end up dipping into our legs here, all right? When we dip, we don't want to lean forward, all right? So that dip is just a bend in the knees. Just like our squat, our dip will push our knees out. So we'll dip and drive overhead. We'll push the dumbbells to the ceiling. All right, we've got one set of 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 11, 12, 13, 14,